ClubExpress, Storefront, managing products and inventory. The Storefront module allows clubs to sell physical and digital products on their website. Products can have multiple variations, sale prices, and even special prices for logged-in members. Clubs can also add digital products to their storefront and manage inventory and reorders. This video is part of a Storefront series. Be sure to watch the remaining tutorials to learn how to set up the module and product defaults, set up shipping methods, and fulfill orders. By now, you've set up your Storefront module, product defaults, and shipping methods. If you haven't, go back and review the tutorials. Navigate to the Control Panel, Money tab, and select Storefront to navigate to the Product Manager. If your Storefront link takes you to the Order Manager, click the Products button. The Product Manager screen includes buttons to configure the module and add products. You can also search for physical and digital products you've added. The grid listing search results includes basic information about each product, along with options to maintain and manage each product. We'll come back to those. Before we get started, it's important to note that the products you add in test mode will remain in the storefront when you activate it for your website visitors. If you're adding products to test out the functionality that you don't want to be available for purchase, you'll need to remove those before going live. Now, let's add a new physical product to the storefront. When you add a product, you first define the product, then add your inventory. In this example, we're going to add club jackets to the storefront. The jacket comes in 2 colors and various sizes. We don't need to add separate products for each variation. Rather, we'll add one product and individual variations as the inventory. Click Add Product. The Add Edit Product screen is where you'll define the product details. Keep in mind, the options you see will vary depending on the settings you selected in Storefront Options. Enter an optional SKU or stock keeping unit number. Then, enter the title and short description. Choose a category for your product. Enter the weight of the product for shipping costs. By default, the status of all new products is being defined. This means the product isn't visible in the storefront for anyone, including administrators. We recommend leaving the product status as it is while you're adding your inventory. Later, we'll return to the screen to review the remaining statuses. If your product has variations, you can check and uncheck the options for the product. Our product comes in different sizes and colors and doesn't have any other variations, so we'll uncheck the option for other. If you select a size variation, you'll also choose the size category from the list of categories you created. In this case, we added a category with standard sizes, so we'll choose that option. Next, choose whether to feature this product at the top of the main storefront page. Remember, you can reorder the featured products on your page, and you can change the order of all products in Storefront Options. Next, set your base price. First, determine if the price is the same for all variations of the product, or if you'll need to price items separately. If you choose to price items separately, you'll still set a default price to use if no other price is set. In our case, all jackets are the same price except for the largest size available. We'll leave the box checked and add a default price. If the product will be available to non-members, you can determine their price. If the price for non-members is the same, enter the same amount. If the item you're selling can include a personalization add-on, like engraving, check the box noting the product has additional information. You'll see a few new fields to configure the add-on. Enter the prompt the customer will see. The prompt should be a yes or no question. Enter the price of the add-on and the maximum number of characters allowed. Next, select the tax rate to apply to storefront purchases. If you need to add a new tax rate, you can do so in the Money tab, Setup Options, Sales Tax Rates. Choose the financial account for the product, either the default account or a new account you've created. Last, determine whether to apply a limit to customer orders, and whether it applies to everyone or non-members only. Click Save to add the product. Back on the Product Manager screen, we can see our new product. Before we're ready to make it available for purchase, we need to add a longer product description, images, and inventory. First, let's add a description. click the description icon and use the formatted text editor to add more detail. Click Save when you're finished. Next, let's add product images. Click the Photos icon. You can add as many images as you need, and when you're finished, choose the main photo to display for the product. If you need to remove an image later, click the Delete icon. Click Return to Previous Page to go back to the Product Manager. Let's add our inventory. Click the Inventory icon. You can add one variation at a time or multiple variations at once. First, let's add one variation. Click Add Inventory. First, we'll add Product Basics. Add a SKU number if needed, and choose the size and color of the item. Then, enter the weight of the item. Next, configure inventory details. Enter the quantity on hand. Enter the reorder point for products. When the quantity remaining falls below this level, you'll see a notice on the inventory screen. Enter the cost to stock the product. You'll only see this number on reports. Choose the status for the individual item. By default, the status for all new inventory is available. We'll review the remaining statuses when we review managing inventory. For now, we'll leave the status as it is. Next, determine whether you'll allow back orders or if customers can order a product you don't have in stock. Last, if you chose to set prices at the inventory level for the product, you'll need to add a price for the item. You can also set a special price for the item and check the box to that price, for example, if an item goes on sale. If the product is available to non-members, you'll have the option to add other pricing for non-members. Click Save to save your changes. Next, we'll add multiple variations at once. Click Add Multiple Variations. Choose the size and color combinations, then assign a status. The system will automatically create inventory entries for each combination. For example, if we select the sizes small and medium and the colors navy and black, the system will create 4 new entries: small navy, small black, medium navy, and medium black. If your product has an added variation, you'll see a text box to add it and a plus icon to add the final variation. For example, if the jacket came with and without a hood, we'd choose the size, color, and add 2 options: hooded and no hood. Click Save to create the entries. Back on the product inventory screen, we can see the first entry we added plus our new entries. To add the remaining details for each entry, click the pencil icon to edit the entry and make your changes using the same steps we discussed. Once we've added our inventory, we'll need to return to the product to change the status. Click Return to Previous Page to go back to the Product Manager. Click the Edit icon for the new product. The status is Being Defined. At this point, you may want to test buying your product, especially if you offer multiple variations and allow personalization. Choosing Test allows administrators and coordinators to view and purchase the product in test mode. This will create test orders in your storefront orders. If you're ready to make the product available to customers, change the status to Active. If you only want administrators to be able to purchase the product, choose Admins Only. Administrators can make purchases for themselves or another member or non-member. If you want the product listed in your storefront but unavailable for purchase, for example, a product preview, choose View Only. We'll choose Active. When we view the storefront from the user side, we can see our new product at the top of the page. Remember, you can change the default sort order of products in storefront options. Now that we've added a new product and variations, let's see how we'll manage our products and inventory moving forward. If you need to remove a product or inventory item from your storefront, you can return to the product and choose a new status, but you can't delete a product. Let's look at the remaining statuses we can choose at the product level. Choose Dropped when you want to remove the product from both sides of the storefront. Administrators and coordinators can still search for dropped products in the Product Manager. Choose Inactive when you want the product to be visible only in the Product Manager, but unavailable for purchase. Product statuses affect all inventory. If you only want to remove one item from inventory, like a specific color or size, you can drill down to a specific item and change its status. Available is the default and means the item will be shown in the storefront. You might choose Not Available if the item isn't available for purchase, but you still want to show it in the storefront. Both Dropped and Inactive behave the same as at the product level, but only for this item. As customers buy your products, the system tracks your inventory levels. When your quantity available falls below the reorder threshold you set for the item, you'll see a red reorder note. Remember, the system won't automatically remove an out-of-stock product from your storefront unless you've removed the option for back orders. If you want to run a sale and clear out older inventory, you can return to the item and choose your special price instead. On the user side, special prices are highlighted. You can make a couple of other small changes to help attract attention to the item. Back on the Product Manager screen, edit the product and check the Featured box. You can also reorder the inventory within the product to display the sale item at the top of the list. Finally, let's look at adding a digital product to our storefront. Digital products are largely the same as physical products with a few key differences. Click the Add Digital Product button. When you add a digital product, you'll fill in the same fields as a physical product. When you return to the Product Manager, instead of the inventory icon, you'll see a Documents icon. Click the icon. On the Product Documents screen, you can either add a document already in your document library or upload a document to the storefront and your document library simultaneously. Documents sold in your storefront are stored in your document library. We recommend watching our tutorial Document Library for full instructions on how to use the document library, but there are a few key settings to keep in mind. When you set up the folder for your digital documents, make sure the visibility setting of the folder matches who you expect to buy the product. If the product is available to non-members, but the folder is only visible to members, non-members won't be able to download the document. Be sure to uncheck the box Show this folder on the website. This ensures the documents in the folder don't show up in search results on the user side of the document library. To manage digital inventory, you can change the status at the product level the same way you would for a physical product. If you need to change the documents associated with a digital download, you can return to the document screen and add and remove documents as needed. So now you've learned how to add physical and digital products and manage your inventory moving forward. Next, you'll learn how to manage your storefront orders. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.